Welcome! In this series of videos we will look at software add-ons for both the PowerBasic console and Windows compilers. Today we will look at the free RMChart add-on from Rainer Morgen. Today we're going to be reviewing the RMCharts add-on. RMCharts is a very useful addition to your programming toolkit. Let's have a look at the designer. The designer application allows you to design what you want your chart to look like. What I've done here is I've loaded up one I prepared earlier, which is displaying two independent charts inside the one image. Now the good thing with this particular designer package is that you can quite easily tweak the look of your charts with very little effort. If we have a look at our top one here, the builds per week, all we have to do to change that is to go down and actually edit the series. And if we decide that we want to change the look, we can quite happily go in and with one click change the look of the chart. Right, I think we'll leave it on that one. And you can quite happily change the colours so that all the colours are the same, or the colours are different. Almost everything in this application is actually configurable. You can put the data sources in manually as an add-on to the list, or you can bring them in from a file. However, possibly the most useful part of this application comes from the File menu. We click on File and click on Get Source. We can have a complete ready-to-go source with one click of the button. Having clicked on that, if we go into the PowerBasic Windows compiler and paste it in, what it's done, it's given you all the source code to recreate what we just saw on screen a moment ago. And if we try running it, and we'll call this test, and there's our application, giving you your image in the center and three buttons. One to save the image, either as a bitmap, a JPEG or a PNG. One to print it, if you still print things, and one to close. Now if we have a look at the application, what it's doing first of all is it's bringing in an include file which ships with the product. It's using the Windows API as you would expect, and it's using common dialog. Now in addition to some very few constants set up at the beginning, in our PP main, the dialog has been shown, and all the dialog does is it puts the three buttons on the screen and it calls the do the chart function. Now if we have a look at the do the chart, well, subroutine rather, this is where it becomes very flexible. All the data that's going to be displayed on screen as an array of columns is held in basically arrays, which in this case are double. And if we look down, you'll see that all the properties of the object are actually set in here. We've actually got a bitmap being the backdrop of our chart, the position on screen, the text at the top of the first chart in region 1, titles for each of the columns is actually an asterisk delimited list, which you can quite happily generate within your code. And the data itself is populated straight into that array. There's no reason whatsoever that you couldn't replace this section of the code, say for example to pull the information from a database, or from something else in your system, and basically use this program that's just been generated for you to generate your chart. And for the second region, exactly the same. Now the system can support up to 5 regions. And as well as that, it also supports a number of series, 9 series on your chart. So you could quite happily have a bar chart with a line chart on the same image. Additionally, if we look at the event handler on our callback function, remember there were a number of buttons actually on the dialog. If we look inside here, there is the dialog to export the chart to a file. In a later video, I'll actually show how we actually use this to generate a generic application whose job it is to take data, create a chart, and save the chart at a specific location. There is also a simple function to go ahead and draw the chart to a printer. So how do we use this to design a chart from scratch? Let's create a brand new one. There we have a blank sheet. First of all, we can decide on what we want to do. We'll have a flat one with some shadow perhaps. And we'll dip into region 1. So there we have a title and a footer. So let's add in a series. And we're going to go for pie chart, I think, this time. So we'll have 4 slices of the pie, and if we just take the defaults, then we have a simple pie. We can snazz it up a little. We can go for transparent colours. We can go for a 3D pie chart with a gradient. We can decide what colours you actually want for each of the slices of the pie. You can put labels on, you can put percentages, or you can put both. And let's have the biggest slice expanded out. So having done all that, perhaps we need a legend. And there is our legend. Now you can tweak the back colour to be any colour you wish. Let's go with that one. And we can bold it. We can make the font size bigger. And perhaps we want a bigger font size for our title. And it adjusts everything for you quite happily. Now if you decide you'd prefer the legend down at the bottom, it's quite easy to tweak the legend and put it down at the bottom. So there's our first chart. And again, if you want to actually put this into code, a simple file, get source, and I'm picking the PowerBasic 7 or 8, it was created some time ago, this application, and then hit the OK button. That gives us it on the clipboard. We'll create a new application, and there is our application again. And we'll call this one pie chart. And if we run our application now, there's our application. So this is just a short introduction to what you can actually do with RMChart. We'll cover the more advanced things you can do with this application in a later video. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.